Another lead that they'll much be delighted with. Keep in mind they won second round of pistol last game. And now they win this one that goes 3-1 overall in the series, but it's momentum on T side more importantly. Similar to last time, it's the T side of pistol that's the one they achieve. Almanac stays with the MAC-10. He's been the one to do so pretty much every single round, I think, that they've had the SMG options. So reasonable if the MAC-10's pulled out. Ethan, meanwhile, wants to get very aggressive toward long. You can tell he's looking at everywhere except directly ahead for obvious reasons.
Yeah, tucking himself down there. Watch out for Misfits as they push themselves forward. We'll see if this surprises anyone at all. Spot the guy tree. It's going to take the attention, however, so that the Rock player can also peek back out and surprise. That brings Shazam down relatively low, and Sick just commits to that fight. So gives himself over to the CLG gods, I guess one could say, hiding out over here at a long. And the problem is he had the bomb, too, so now they have no choice. They have to go into this fight, lose at least one more of their teammates. They'll get back control after that, but still, they've traded it evenly and now brought things down into a 3v3, but with one of their players, Sean, being heavily lit down to 29 HP. Not the greatest way to start off the round, unfortunately.
I'm going to behind the Rock. Holding for Sean to creep up ever so slightly with the AK. The AK is probably the better decision to have peek out at long. Sean tagged, Almanac not with armor. Almanac wants to check bathrooms first to clear it with the HP advantage, and I think Sean was, yeah, looking to switch the gun over so he can then go for the peek inside of the site at long, and the one-handed animation that makes absolutely zero sense and needs to be removed from the game will continue forward to the hands of Sean.
Sometimes that confuses people too. If you
exactly,
if you're,
well, that's
if you're
why
looking
it
at it from a
needs to,
distance.
it's well, it's not only that. If you flash and you come around the corner and you see one hand off, it's a way of reading that they're blind when arguably they're not, right? So it's it needs to be fixed.
Either that or they have like a nade or a knife in their hand. If you think about it,
that too. Yeah, they could mislead in that way,
especially at range. That's something you might think that too. If you're not playing at like super high res or something like that, you might confuse it for that as well. So it's a little bit weird. Anyway, Devadivek closes out on another player, and with that, they hit back the man advantage. The last two are going to try to push in from a flank, but I'm pretty sure Misfits have already realized this. Ooh, Finesse gets very close to the kill, but he also takes a lot of damage. I rely on Ricky to try and sink that golf ball, but...
Happy Gilmore style, like go to the home, get really mad and yell at it when it doesn't work. Devadivek with the AK is going to try and sneak back up. They're already on the defuse. They need to go. Good read. It does have the angle because... it's held for a period of time. Devadivek will take them down, but again, it gets close. It's going to cost some money, and unfortunately with this config, yep, we do not have, I think it was Ska that was actually complaining about that on Twitter, we do not have the fast end of the round, and therefore they'll lose the guns as well.
Yeah, so everyone dies. A complete clean slate across the board here, but that will still be somewhat okay for Misfits here since CLG have to go into a full eco anyway. We're not going to see any investment at all. I think Ricky buys a Zeus, but it's going to be it.
Cutler swinging around, going to try and get out to the water in construction position. Door already opened, or at least removed. Will be spottable as they see Sean jump across. He then lines up everyone, gets 2 kills. Devadivek gets 2 as well. Sean gets the assist, so you could argue he got 2.5, so he did better. Ricky has a Zeus.
Not much that he can do with it, though, unfortunately.
Oh, you're wrong, though.
All right, from this position.
He's getting one, and he's getting the gun. It is Devadivek that's, close to him.
No.
If he gets an AK for it. Oh, no! That sucks.
Timing.
It hurts.
Always a cruel mistress.
I
It's
just
been
wanna see
so
a Zeus
long.
kill.
Yeah, no, it's been so long since I've seen one.
Give it to Shazam. He'll collateral with it.
Yeah, really, with the way that things are going for him. Keeps finding these great lineups.
There used to be a video for Team Imperium when WSK Woodstock played for them, and it was give her the op, she's going to 3K. It's like it's the same. Give him the Zeus, he'll get a collateral, and then she did get a 3K.
So clearly he needs to be given a Zeus.
Ruska. Oh, in source.
That's before my time.
The only reason I know that video is because Imperium was who I played Fort COD, so I used to watch that video. Watch all their video network stuff.
Got Misfits lining up for a bit of a slower execute this time. You'll note, obviously, they still have the 3 MAC-10s, so working at a slight disadvantage gun-wise going into this round. They do have the advantage in terms of utility, but as you can see, they're not going to use a lot of it. You have a slow crawl, not going to work out too well at the start of it, but they do catch a quick trade. Ethan, though, holds on, but it's only a 1-for-1 trade. The good news, though, they do great damage to at least 2 of the players on Misfits here. Finesse will then fall.
That's it.
And with the last 2 alive, despite the HPs, I don't think that CLG are going to be in a position to attempt the retake.
If Cutler gets fast enough kill, Almanac's done well to get away and distance himself with only 9 HP, but the fact that they were able to trade with that setup as well, as soon as they get the plant down 3 inside of the site, the other 2 are miles away. It's almost impossible. Shazam, Mac 10 at range, trying to do what he can. There's a FAMAS to his right, but he doesn't want to expose himself from behind the pillar and grabbing it. He's so low. Duvek will bait in off of him, though. Doesn't get the shot towards Cutler, so they have a chance. Kit for Kusta.
They don't have construction either.
Well, okay, he's out of trouble now as Duvek goes down and burns alive. Kusta, unfortunately, was too far away with that kid. I don't think Cutler can get there in time. That's close.
I don't think it's happening. Nope, he runs up. So they're going to see that. They'll see him hop off of it, and he even dies to the explosion, too. So 2 rounds in a row now where the slate gets wiped clean. Neither team is going to end up with any players left alive here, and Misfits will continue to push ahead. 4-0. Actually, I don't think it was 2 rounds in a row, but it was 2 rounds ago where we saw that same thing happen, and every single player died out there. But Misfits continue to lead the charge, and now that it's on an eco round, they actually rebuy the exact same guns going into the next round here. 3 Mac 10s still, as CLG are back down to just default pistols. And a few upgraded ones, too.
Sean to lower. Same buy as last time. The 3 Mac 10s and 2 AKs. Symmetrical in purchase order. As Sean takes down FNS, he'll build up some money in doing so. It's funny, when his name was FNS, I called him Finesse, and now that his name's Finesse, I call him FNS.
No, I did the same thing too.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Almanac just kills him anyway. Yeah.
You owe me a Coke. I'll take Pepsi, but you gotta buy
There's actually, here you go.
I don't like Coke. You can have that back.
Oh, okay.
Thanks anyway, though.
Yeah, that worked out.
Sure, okay, Sean. That almost looked like Simple's knife on Mirage when he strafes around the corner. And then Kusta does the same. Shazam will find the kill. So the Mac 10s get 4 out of the 5 kills. Duvek, the other one, will therefore build up money, and look at the amount of money that they have. I would, okay, if they go bonus at the round 6, that's ballsy. I'll give them that. But that's pretty cool, because this could build cash into an incredible state for the Misfits side.
They've already got an amazing amount of cash here. 10.2K on Almanac, 7.6 on Shazam, 8K on Sean. Obviously, the guys with rifles are a little bit lower. They're at 4.6 and 5.4, but still, that's a massive amount of cash flow for only 5 rounds into the game here. But CLG obviously coming in with a much stronger arsenal, including an op on Rikke this time. They're going to be looking to finally put a stop to Misfits' lead here. Hopefully put up some rounds on the board of their own.
Shaw will start off. Heading out toward the underpass position. Sean Gare is immediately out toward Fountain, and SMG's at this range, not going on to Beast. They won't have the fast stature of getting close range. Cutler was the one to get the fast spawn, but did not have the AWP, so holds toward the party.
Misfits are going to move back up to try and pinch on the short A route, however. Won't be immediately catching any of the CTs, but while Cutler escapes the kill at party, he's lost his support network, so Kusta is going to be pushed back a little bit. Won't be able to immediately trade his teammate's death, and they'll be stuck in a 4v4. He can still fight kind of close to these players, though. He's just going to have to be careful again to make sure that he can set up. I think it's Ethan playing with him for an additional trade here, so they can try to keep these numbers even at least. That's been the crux of CLG for this entire set so far, is they've been poor catching those trades. Ethan gets a good first kill. They don't even realize Akusta's here yet, so they're going to decimate the entire short A play, and Ethan will move back in one more time to finish it off as he gets his 3rd kill in the round.
3 players stay alive is important for CLG, especially going against what was the bonus round, because again, they won't have a whole lot of money for reinvestment, and obviously Misfits didn't invest anything at all into the round, so they'll buy back into it in full, still with a round in hand. Good, and will go to the AWP on the T side, so Shazam will be the one to wield it. I'm gonna see it to buy. Tell me they don't go, okay, good. I thought for whatever reason they would consider double op T side. I was gonna give them a smack. Fortunately, they did not. They knew what they were doing. Down the board, underpass. Ethan's going to be aggressive. Smoke to the tunnel. Kusta with the boost. They'll watch short tunnel towards construction with smoke to cover their right side that Devo Duvek desperately sprays through.
CLG will be able to sneak back up on top there. Worried again of another push to work its way over here towards the bathrooms. And they're right to do that. They're not going to see it immediately just yet, so this may come down to timing if CLG decide to stick around or fall back to another site. This is a pretty heavy commitment to short while leaving long relatively unprotected. This first smoke goes way over the top. It'll block off sidewalk on B.
Problem is with smokes like that, they're great, but if you see where they're thrown from, they're revealing. It's the same with the window smoke that you can throw from the front of the bathrooms. It bounces one more time than all other smokes that go into the windows. So if you're astute enough, you can easily figure that out. Cutler tries to get a shot off as he was shoulder baited slowly by Sick, who then went for the crouch spray. And with Devo Duvek alongside babysitting, they're able to get the kill together. Akusta pulls Sick back. He's still inside of the bathrooms. Molotov incendiary to hold his position, and he'll fall to the site.
It'll be CLG maintaining control for the time being, and the other problem for Misfits here is going to be they're trying to change this up, but with only 30 seconds left, they're not going to leave themselves a whole lot of time to execute, but they find Rickade just in the open here. Almanek having to react, however, didn't expect the repeak from Finesse. So Finesse won't be able to get that additional kill, however, it doesn't last very long. Sean takes him down. This will pave a path for the bomb to go up and be planted in a safe position.
He's trying to find the edge.
He's trying to find the edge of the plant spots.
That's awkward, especially because it takes time away from the smoke and he's low on HP, but he's fine. It's still there. It's planted. They have the man advantage boost for Ethan as he wants to spot immediately down toward the backside of the monster tunnel. Devo Duvek will stay close to the bomb. He's the one on low HP. He can afford to go down. Him going down strengthens the retake of the other two, so Kusta gets the shot immediately. Good find. Molotov will force a rotation to Monster, which means they should look at it. Ethan is going to tap the bomb, but they have to know Shazam is in this position. Somehow they weren't ready for it. He finds both. If you're going to Molotov one angle, expect the other, surely.
Sam actually deciding to not pick up that up, by the way. Walks right past it, so didn't miss it for certain. So decides purposefully to leave it on the ground here. So they're going to stick with AKs right now. Shazam either just not feeling confident enough in his opping ability or some other reason. They're not.
What a massive round to win, by the way, considering that's a reset as well. And CLG, man, they're a team that I think desperately needs to get through to the qualifier as well. Don't think I would expect them to make it all the way to the major, but the qualifier for them would just be a good step forward. It would be more time in the main stage, in the spotlight.
The problem with CLG, right, is they started off this year really well. They had that one good tournament. I think it was the last Starlighter tournament, if I recall correctly, where they actually did pretty good against some top European teams. They came pretty close to beating like Astralis and whatnot, too. At least took them like 10 to 13 rounds, somewhere between there. But after that, like, they've just made zero progress this year. It's just been flatlining. The 4 DreamHack tournaments they played in, they either went out in the final group match or made it to the semifinals, but they never got any further than that, despite, playing at 4 different DreamHack events. So just things like that, and unfortunately CLG, it's been a long year of basically staying in the same exact spot and never really pushing it to the next level, including getting to the majors this time around.
Kusta has to fall off the angle early. They've already lost Ricky. Smokes to cover, but it's only the pistol. The 1M4 for Cutler, and Cutler's going to remove himself from the equation as quick as he dared.
Yeah, CLG obviously not standing much of a chance there at all in that engagement. Cutler will be pulling back to a safe position, calling for his own save. He gets out of dodge. However, he might not be immediately safe.
No, that's Eminex's. Eminex's job is to find out where he is on the map. It's up to them if they want to pursue with anyone further.
Doesn't even give over a gun upgrade too, because he only was walking around with a Mac 10 again. Now they can begin to more strategically try and lock him in if they really want to hunt him down, which it does look like they kind of want to do here, but I don't think they're going to be too keen on giving away additional players by pushing aggressively towards his position. We'll take it slowly, just restrict the spacing that he has, and there you go. Eventually it'll be Sean to take him down. They're getting riled up a little bit here as they've got a 7-1 lead over CLG now, and still have CLG on an eco too.
Yeah, it's massive. This is such a perfect economy round for Misfits. Like, we always talk about mid-round resets, mid-half resets. The fact that they did so by getting 3 alive and then forcing out a double eco, ridiculously good situation for Misfits to be in. And they look to go 2-0. What a game and what a day for them, to be completely honest. I wasn't sure they were going to make it through to the playoffs yesterday. Took out Luminosity in doing so, which is another team I think many people would have probably picked to be in the top 4.
Unfortunately for them, they've just always had bland issues, it seems. So it shows up once again this time around. It's just not able to prove it on this this major run. We'll have to prep up for the next one. pretty much as expected here. The buy from CLG is going to be minimal at best. 2 P250s. There's defaults besides that, so this should be a pretty simple round for the Misfits here. Don't expect too many of their players to die, maybe 1 or 2 if they kind of waltz around the map. Well, checking angles, but that would be the only thing that could lead to death here. As long as they take it nice and slow, they should be able to take down the entire CLG roster without losing any players here. That would be the expected result anyway.
Shots out from the USP. I'm going to tagged considerably. He's loving the MAC-10. Hi, Peter. Matt here from HLTV. Almanac likes the MAC-10 and has used it a total of 14 times in this series. Don't quote me on that one, Peter. Sean Gares takes down FNS. Sean backs off immediately, expecting a re-peek from top of the mound. He's not incorrect in doing so. Kusta will slip in, grab the MAC-10. They have no idea that he's there, so Sick goes down, bomb included. Good response, Shazam, to address the situation. However, it's weakened them considerably, and there's more flanks coming in. Shazam, he's had enough of that. He'll go aggressive. Forget the bomb plant. Just get the kills. That's exactly how Misfits handle it, and it goes to 8-1.
CLG probably relatively okay with the outcome of that round, considering that they have no expectation of winning it, so at least sneaking in those 2 kills makes it a bit pricey for Misfits, but Misfits probably don't care too much. They've got 3 guys at over 10K after they've already invested. One's obviously way lower than that. Sick has actually been struggling quite a bit in this map so far, only with 1 kill to his name compared to the rest of his team, which is way up there at 10 to 12 kills, in Shazam's case 8, but still, it's a pretty big difference in comparison to the rest of his teammates here. Hasn't seemed to impacted them too negatively yet, though, so I won't necessarily harp on that.
A little more aggression this time. FNS needs to be flashed out. It's not ideal. Get flashed off, if anything. Ethan does still find Sick, and Duvek has to be more careful. Another flash comes through. They try to fake it off the back of a smoke. But FNS holds the line, and he'll find yet another kill as they wrap around. Finally, Sean gets access to the site, but they're down 2 men. Lots of money left for Misfits. That's the least of their worries, but they'll try and win the round with the bomb plant to pull them to the B site. And Shazam, the fact that they're coming that direction, can play this almost like a CT position. Yeah, it's a little bit weird here in the way that CLG are going to attempt to retake, because I'm not sure if Misfits are fully aware of this just yet. Shazam's got to check down below, though, has no vision on the monster at all. So it's a very early first kill. Sean trying to delay from that other side, but yeah, I just didn't think they realized that all their players were coming back from the other way. So good retake angle from CLG, ends up catching Misfits off guard and gets them a clean closeout on the 4v2. Second round for CLG. 4 stay alive this time, at AWP carried over, so again, just touching on the money saved versus money lost in a reset potential. Buying in pretty heavily on Kusta and Ethan. 1400, it'll be a forced situation if they do lose this, and Misfits, my god, if they won this, to reset them again would be pretty good. Pretty nice. What does that Larry David guy say? Oh, I know you're I think it's pretty good. Yeah. I think it's pretty good, too. I think you had it right, actually. It's pretty rare I get anything right. It's not bad. We've done well. Kusta's going to try and get very aggressive. Shotgun pre-scoped off. Misfits going to go for just a short walk through monster. A slow one at that, too. CLG trying to go for the aggressive stance. And they might actually just do this 2-man holding it. It's a little bit discombobulated now, however. It's really only Ethan sitting here defending it. Smokes and mollies coming out from both sides of the equation. And Flashbang will push Ethan back a little bit here. But Sick hasn't been able to clear it to see him just yet, so he's still gotten away scot-free. Dives into the smoke, which is good, too. Great positioning from Ethan. Denies the plant. And now Misfits are going to be a little bit lost, as they probably have no clue where Ethan's at. I think they finally realized he fell back outside in construction again. But still, he's got it in a 5v4. Will let them plant. Bit of a surprise there in water, as we do see Devo sneaking in a kill, but a quick trade from Kusta keeps the advantage. Same retake, by the way. All 4 same position. Sean's still not aware of it. Man, advantage on the way through this time, though. Shazam does have an op, but he's got better position. Not flashed off, not caught in the open. Now he certainly is. And he is in the open as well, Shazam. Careful, my friend, as they walk in. He finds him right side. Now, that does reveal they are coming from that direction, but it doesn't do anything to help the case, because FNS, a great retake, and finally CLG able to string 2 rounds together. Very solid retake, too, like we said before. Besides those couple trades that came up from Shazam and Devo, that was pretty much flawless on the retake there. Misfits didn't stand a single chance. Some really quick shots to take down the members of Misfits that were trying to hold. And while Misfits did properly read into the fact that they were all coming from Monster and Construction that time, they still couldn't hold it off. And we'll take a look at those entries once again, mainly coming out from Finesse there, who's been doing a great job of getting back into that site. See if Misfits changed up and try and go A now. And now that B has been a problem, although it's not been a problem to get the bomb down or get the site, it's been the retake swing through the bottom of connector, and as a result of that, you'd expect that A would still be rather difficult in the fact that they are getting aggressive early, so they are covering the bases of a fight. That fight seems to be something that may ensue. Flash to try and hold Cutler off the angle. Kusta again will play up close in the underpass on overpass.
Rock, they don't check his. Oh my God, Shazam! Wow. Saves Ricke's life, or saves Six's life, excuse me.
Good position from Cutler, finds 2 though. Thought he'd get Emanek and get traded out on that, but transfers it down to find Sean as well. And it's by transferring, it's Shazam that has to go back and recuperate and recover as they go down again. Man, again, CLG finally finding a good footing in the round at 8-1. They want to pull this back to a respectable and workable scoreline. And the money finally is in a position of disarray. The round's not done yet, though. We won't count it as gone until such time that it is. As Kusta sits on top of the site, flashes long. Allows for a quick shoulder peek from Cutler, just to confirm no one is in fact up closer in that position. And they're going to waste and use all of the time available to them on the Misfits side.
Misfits hesitating greatly, though. Not really committing to anything, and also not even really checking a whole lot here, so they're going to go into the site relatively blindly. 30 seconds to pull off the execute and get the bomb onto the ground. The good news is that CLG did split 2-2, but Kusta getting the initial kill is not going to help their case by any means. Now they have to pull off a 2v4, and they just keep walking into him. Kusta just picking up easy frags here. Already 2 to his name. Shazam tries to pre-fire, but that's a good 10 seconds after he just got the last kill. No way that he's still going to be in that same position. Shazam, no choice now but to fall back, because there's just not enough time to make anything happen here.
So 3 now rounds in a row for CLG, and that's what it takes to finally break Misfits' bank. So Shaw has to hold the op. He can't go down. He won't. There's no one nearby. Didn't get a bomb plant. Would lose his money. And now a timeout called from Misfits, which will be encouraging to CLG. They finally force the issue and get some confidence built up. They can rest on the fact that they've gotten inside of the heads, at least of Sean and Co. Force buy is definitely available, though, with Shazam saving the AWP. So the fact that they've gotten 1 AK already bought out for Sick, they could bring out 1 on Sean. They could bring out 1 on Emanek. Devitek could make a decision for utility force around it. Nine to 10 rounds of Misfits have a phenomenal half. 8-7. As the underdog, yes, I still rate them as that. Well, they were going into this at the very least. It's still a tough task. 1 kill for Sick. Huh. Bit
still
surprising.
1 kill, yeah. That was the same as a good 3-4 rounds ago now.
I think his kill came on the pistol, if I'm honest.
You might be right. As unfortunately, every time he's attempted to make an entry on this map, he's just gotten wrecked. So I'll have to try and buck up a little bit here, as he's just not making any impact at the moment. And that is starting to become a problem, as it would seem. They've been kind of relying on him to hit these entries, especially in the Liquid set on the 3rd map on Mirage, but now he's kind of flatlined. He's got nothing done in this entire half. It's a slower crawl this time for Misfits to get prepped up for a straightforward B execute. Finesse is going to be jump spotting. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hear him jumping from the other side, but they would normally expect a player to be here anyway. It's actually Rikke from those back vents that does massive, or Ethan, excuse me, that does massive damage.
What are they playing at? Smoke down in Monster and walk through it, no blindness against players that have a crossfire established. It's rather one-dimensional, I think, from Misfits. They want to go for a contact play and catch them off, but that's never going to work when you put so much pressure on B. Just throws the round into disarray, essentially. Bomb down inside of Monster as well, as one of the 3 players was carrying it. And Shazam will do what he can with the AWP to pull it back, but that's going to be a tough order. Pre-scope walk in. Tries to use the curve mechanics to get a quicker jump peek to the left. And they may have to just give this up. Question is, though, does he go? Because he needs to die before the time if he does. So gets in. Gap in this one. Oh, man, it would have been clever, but it's not going to amount to anything.
Yeah, Finesse is going to be able to take him down before he can fire off the shot. He had the angle and everything, but ended up maybe hitting Q too early. So Cutler will take him down.
You know, it did almost look like he quick switched too soon.
Yeah. So that'll be round number 5 for CLG. Only 2 rounds left in the half here as well, and one of them is going to end up being a full eco from Misfits.